Assalamu alaikum, Pakistan. It's wonderful to be here, और I must say कि जो speech में लिख के आई थी, listening to Kamran Rizvi Saab, I've abandoned it now. I thought this was an entrepreneurship conference, and my experience in Pakistan has been the conferences tend to be very serious. So I actually went to a lot of trouble to write a speech. But let's go with the theme of the show here, and if you want to interject, if you want to ask questions, I'm here to answer all of them. But जो चीज़ें मैंने कामरान रिजवी साहब की speech से pick की, kind of tying with the more formal theme of my speech. The title of my speech today was Growth Through Human Acquisition, Human Capital Acquisition and Stable, Strong Institutions. और जो motto है आपकी conference का, Learn, Create, Lead, I thought to myself that I could have written it myself because ये मेरा motto है. I have an obsession for learning, and I have an obsession for continuing this process of learning throughout life. And the belief that the best weapon in this day and age is learning. But मेरे personal experience जो हैं, they have meant that I've had to fight for learning. Starting with जैसे कामरान रिजवी साहब ने कहा, a story of pain. And my success has been due to me taking up every opportunity that that pain or that struggle or that obstacle provided. I had fear, and then I broke out of that fear. Everyone has fear, and everyone has a dream. Problem यही है कि कुछ लेट जाते हैं, procrastination का शिकार हो जाते हैं, और कुछ cannot tolerate that lethargic state, and they get up like I did, and then they break out of that. A woman recently said to me कि रेहाम आपकी तो बात और है, आप बड़ी मुख्तलिफ किस्म की खातून हैं, you're armed with this and you're very courageous. And the simple fact is that you become brave by doing brave acts. No one is actually born brave. Once you open that door, several doors open up for you. And that's my story. Again, when I was 16, I thought that my life is finishing. I have to become this, I have to make X amount of money, I have to do this and that. I'm sure a lot of people do that. I have a nephew who thinks exactly the same. Har Saturday he comes over and he says, Hala, you know, एक piranha fish की एक farm खोल लेते हैं. दूसरे दिन he wants to do this snooker room. So he's bursting with ideas. And I can see myself in him because he has that urge to get there quickly. और मेरी बिल्कुल ये position थी as a kid. But my actually origin from a spoiled kid of a privileged family, and then being recognized now as a hard-working individual, something my parents wouldn't have recognized, who's never taken a handout from anyone in life, but has also never suffered financially. और उसकी reason क्या है? उसकी reason ये है कि life is not over at 16 or at 20 or even later, which I will not declare. But there was a personal drive, yes. But what I wanted to discuss today was that why did I do better than other people? And this is very important for Pakistan. How I was better placed to survive than someone from, say, a different, maybe a less privileged background. From a woman, particularly. From a Pakistani background, from a different sort of family. So I say that I know that I will always have a job, जैसे कामरान रिजवी ने कहा, because I can create a job. Why can I create a job? Because I have that learning, because I had a brilliant start. At 8 years old, I couldn't read Urdu, but I had memorized Baghe Dara because my mother was educated. Not a lot of children will have that. So I was perfectly placed to have that best start in life. But I actually started rather late because the learning that I had as a child gave the best opportunity for me. And then the fact that I can create a job gives people the idea that I have leadership qualities, because if I can create a job for myself, you presume that I can inspire you to create jobs for yourself or just to survive. Now a lot of people, and in fact I thought, okay, why am I being invited to an entrepreneurship conference? What would I know? I mean, apart from the fact that I am Miss Know-all and know everything, but the simple explanation is, like I said, my personal journey. And my personal journey is a little bit odd because the story of me shaping my destiny starts quite late, actually in my 20s. My education was interrupted in my teens, and I had to face a struggle to go back to the education that I was deprived of. And then I had a dream, and I pursued that dream. How did I pursue that dream? All I had was £3 in my pocket, 3 sterling pounds, and a very old, rusty car. But I had a will to survive, and I had positive outlook on life, as well as a fighting spirit. But of course, I had, again, that good start in life. A family where acquiring knowledge was placed above everything else, above beauty, above money. So knowledge is, I think, the basis of survival, is the basis of keeping you alive. Jab tak aap mein koi initiative hoga of acquiring knowledge, you will be alive. If I don't know anything today, I want to learn. If I find that this skill is something new to me, or this subject is new to me, I will make an effort to learn that subject. And that's what sets me apart. But of course, coming back to the nitty-gritty of it, I had to finance £3 se to kahin pahunchna mumkin nahi tha. So I had to finance my postgraduate studies, and I started a sociology course with Open University, but my dream was broadcast journalism. My dream was to pursue truth. And that was a very costly course. So maine kya kiya with that rusty car? I had to finance my studies as well as run a home while studying. So what did I do? I devised a long-term plan and a short-term plan. A long-term plan to ye tha jo studies thi, subah ke waqt I would work in the northeast of the country, northeast Lincolnshire. Or sham ko, 3 months or 4 months into the course, I got my first job as an anchor, which is very unusual. We'll come to that in a bit. So I used to drive 2 hours from northeast Lincolnshire to Birmingham every day and back, 4 hours of driving. Lekin uske saath saath I needed a short-term plan to survive. So what did I do? I started door-to-door selling, distributing catalogs, and taking orders, then delivering the orders. So in addition to this, I was also writing for online commercial sites just to boost my income. And in the meantime, I pursued a course which would give me an edge over other journalists. And that's what happened later on, why I got the job, other than so many other journalists who were struggling. And I remember delivering at a particular address these toiletry products, and it was a bed and breakfast. Bed and breakfast, like a sort of a mini motel, hotel sort of setup. और वहाँ जो couple था उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि आप अंदर आएं, और 2-3 दफ़ा मैं उनको deliver कर चुकी थी. And then this elderly gentleman says to me, कि young lady, the way you're going door to door in the snow and the rain and the freezing weather, this will lead you to the door of your destiny. And that struck me, and it stuck with me also to this day, because that's what it did. I not only was learning to be a journalist, but I was learning to manage my time, manage my output, my productivity, and also my fuel consumption in the meantime. So the reason लोगों को बड़ा एतराज़ होता है कि मेरी पर्सनल लाइफ के बारे में उनको ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, and I've never really seen it as something that people should pry in. But the reason I'm giving you my personal experiences, if you see the same principle, we have seen successful nations employ it. Neighboring India, for example. 20 years ago, where were they? And now if you look at what they've done, what have they done? They've done what I did. They've recognized and harnessed that ability to create and achieve. In the last 20 years or so, this is such a painful thing for us. Indian exports have grown 5.8 times higher than Pakistan. And Bangladesh has grown 3.8 in comparison to Pakistan. In the same period, this is of note, we've had democratic governments, we've had military dictatorships, we've had liberalization, we've had privatization in Pakistan, and also during the years of 2001 and 2005, we had no energy shortage. But why could we not achieve? We have a very poor growth in Pakistan. And I think it's because we've not had a short-term strategy, and we've obviously not had a long-term plan. The way forward, of course, is, there's no two ways about it. It is to promote growth. लेकिन आप कैसे growth को promote करेंगे? We need high-value goods. We need to increase services, improve services. I don't know if any of you follow me on social media, but for the past 5 days, I've been tripping about the banking system in Pakistan. And I thought, if none of the ATMs in 3 sectors work, how can somebody go forward in life? I feel कि सबसे बड़ी conspiracy हमारे against Pakistan में ये है कि it takes you 15 minutes to make a cup of tea. It's so cold. There's no gas, then you're huddled in a shawl. I think everyone, I say that famously, everybody, all the Pakistani women particularly and men, we should throw away these chappals. The only purpose of having a chappal is to give a good whack on the head. जैसे Newton को, basically उसके सर पे लगी थी. We all need a little bit of that. But we should all be in joggers, ताकि हम जल्दी move करें, जल्दी चाय बनाएं. पर वो मुमकिन नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आप जल्दी करेंगे भी तो आपका इंटरनेट स्लो है, आपकी बैंकिंग सिस्टम स्लो है, आपकी बिजली नहीं है, गैस नहीं है, ना आप खाना जल्दी बना सकते हैं, ना आप काम पे जल्दी पहुंच सकते हैं. हाँ, ड्राइविंग आप बहुत तेजी से करते हैं. You have a rush to get everywhere in Pakistan. So coming back to me, I'm the sort of person who doesn't believe in cleaning for the guests. हमारे यहाँ ये होता है ना कि मेहमान आ रहे होते हैं तो mothers particularly would say कि जल्दी जल्दी कमरे साफ करें और ऊपर से साफ कर दें because मेहमान आ रहे हैं. And that is a problem, I think, कि we think so superficially just to please the guests. What am I? My personality is that I will start from emptying the cupboards, cleaning behind the furniture, dusting the cobwebs, and in Pakistan, I think what's very important is to focus on exterminating all the rodents also, and then start on the aesthetics. So if you take that analogy, I think that there are no quick fixes in life. Quick fixes are just that, temporary. We need to ensure sustained success. And for that, one must plan long term. अब वो long term कैसे आप plan करेंगे? I think entrepreneurs के लिए you have to make an environment which is conducive for them to work in a business-friendly environment. और उससे पहले human capacity building की ज़रूरत है. Stable institutions or human capacity to support that human talent. Human capacity, how do we increase it? Can it be done overnight? I think yes. And I suppose no also. और वो इस तरह कि अगर for example खैबर पुख्तनख्वा में कोई आदमी है और हम चाहते हैं कि वो छोड़ दे जो कुछ भी वो कर रहा है, अगर आपको नाजेबा लगता है तो you must give him an alternative. You must say कि जी आपकी पट्टी में इधर you can grow this or you can learn this skill, because उसको interim period में कुछ चाहिए survive करने के लिए, और साथ आप उसके बच्चे को स्कूल में भेजें, उसके बच्चे को तालीम दें. तो you have a short term strategy, you have a long term investment right there and then. We have that raw material. अफसोस के साथ भी और खुशी की बात भी है कि we have the best raw material. Estimates suggest that we have about 60% of youth under the age of 25 in Pakistan. You're sitting on a gold mine. We have an enviable resource. Or this resource, the problem with this resource is that it requires investment. It requires nurturing. The way I see it is that Pakistan is not only a major share of Pakistan, the population cannot read or write, but also those who can read or write constitute a workforce which is largely unskilled. अगर कैमरामैन है तो उसने जॉब पे काम सीखा है, अगर कोई स्टेट्समैन है तो वो ओवरनाइट स्टेट्समैन बन गया है, कोई भी ट्रेनिंग लेके नहीं आया, कोई भी नर्चर होके नहीं आया, तो उसमें क्या मसला होता है? It means that we don't have the right man for the right job, and the right woman in Pakistan I found is hard to tolerate. So Nobel laureate James Heckman कहते हैं कि early investment अगर आप education में करें तो उसके 2 फायदे हैं. एक ये कि equal opportunity enhance हो जाती है, सबके पास एक जैसी अगर तालीम होगी, equal level होगा, सबके पास equal opportunity होगी और आपकी higher achievement होगी. This is very important for elites also, क्योंकि उनको कोई नुकसान नहीं होगा. So I did fine because I had a privileged background. Lekin, I would do much better in Pakistan if everybody was educated. Remember that those who are low educated will actually hamper your growth also. So we need low educated people. We need to invest in them so that everyone is at the same level playing field, and then all of us will actually be far more successful. पीछे वहाँ दो लड़के हाथ खड़ा कर रहे थे. I don't know whether you wanted a question or were you just bored? Just there, or maybe I've missed them. If you want to ask a question, you're more than welcome to do so. But what I'm talking about is financing ki baat, because I don't know, Tameer School is one of the projects that I think, regardless of which party it's been promoted by, I'm a huge fan of such projects. Kyun? Because this is giving me ownership. It's a very brilliant example that aap involved ho gaye hain apni community. And the idea is very simple. In theory, I say, because where I appreciate it, I'm also a huge critic. Because Tameer School is a very good idea in theory. In local government और board of governors जो school के हैं identify कि कहाँ need है और फिर आप उधर पैसे लगा रहे हैं. Not financing silly targets or targets that really are not going to benefit the school. This is such a brilliant idea that you're getting involved in the community, you're empowering people to bring change to their own community, and also at the same time, the way it's monitored on the website gives you transparency. So anyone sitting in England, for example, any philanthropist will gain confidence that A, he can see his funds are going where he wants them to go, B, that there is building confidence that, of course, something that he is contributing into is giving an output or giving a result. And third, कि अगर कोई crisis हो जाता है for times of floods or earthquakes, वही community क्योंकि day-to-day basis पे involved होगी, they will be there to sustain that project through a crisis. So it's a brilliant, brilliant example. It means also that you've engaged the community and you're making your own destiny. The concept of community involvement is because, as I said, the individual is engaged and there's a sense of ownership. But capacity building and self-assessment will be continuous in this way.